So out of the odd chance that that person happens to be watching this, hi. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Riley K. Jones. I'm a writer, teacher, and author tuber, and today we're going to dive into the Meet My Main Character tag that author Phoebe Ross did on her channel. Phoebe Ross and I are both round 8 mentors and author mentor match, and so that's how we got to know each other a little bit. Check out her channel, she does some really cool vlogs over there as well. Without further much ado, let's get into it. So the first question in the Meet My Main Character tag is, what is your main character's name? My main character's name is Darcy Zara Mackenzie. And how did I choose that name? Well, it came to me in two different parts. One, I was working at a coffee shop on a different type of manuscript. I saw a business card for the manager of the coffee shop, and her name was Darcy Mackenzie. So out of the odd chance that that person happens to be watching this, hi, you inspired me. I saw that name and I was really getting into Veronica Mars because the 4th season hadn't come out yet and all the other seasons just came out on Hulu, and I was binge watching them. And I was in the middle of writing this other manuscript and I thought, wow, Darcy Mackenzie, that sounds like a really cool name. And it just kind of stuck, and I was like, Darcy Mac, like that, I like that. So that's where her name came from, but the middle name Zara, my main character, is part Lebanese, and so I wanted to have something that contributed to her heritage, and Zara is Arabic for like a brilliant, radiant, and beautiful, and I felt like that would have been something that her mom would have wanted her to have as part of her heritage. The third part of this question is, how does your main character feel about their name? And my main character doesn't love the name Darcy. It's something that her mom wanted to name her because she fell in love with Mr. Darcy from Pride and Prejudice, and I was like, oh, I think that's a cute name. And so she's not a big fan of it. She thinks it's kind of has that attachments of it. And then she doesn't love the name Zara either because she doesn't feel like it describes her. Like it used to be a part of her where she was once described as beautiful, radiant, and she no longer feels that way, and that's something that she kind of explores in the book a little bit. The second question is, what is your main character's zodiac sign? And to be honest, I'm not really into the whole zodiac sign. I know that I'm a Sagittarius, but I don't know what that means, and I don't really care to know what that means. But I know her birthday is in March, in the beginning of March, so I'm not sure what zodiac sign that would be. Maybe you can let me know in the comments down below what that might be. But I know that if she were put into a house at Hogwarts, she would definitely be in the Slytherin and Ravenclaw side because she's like very smart and sleuthy. She's more Slytherin than anything else. The next question is, what is your main character's relationship with the people who raised them? And Darcy has a really rough background in the sense of like the last 2 years have been whirlwind change for her. She really had a strong relationship with her dad, and like she spent most of her time growing up with her dad. Her mom was involved but more of a workaholic, and also was a lawyer who took on a lot of cases because she loved it. And although she spent time with Darcy, she was always given to her father, who was a reporter who also had to work a lot, but it was easier for him to take her in the car and go places where her mom was always with a team of people. So she really spent a lot of time with her dad, so she has a strong connection with her dad. But as the premise of the novel states, her dad has been missing for 2 years, and that really rocked her world and also her mom's world. And like her mom and her had a really good relationship before her dad's disappearance, but now her mom has become an alcoholic, and so that relationship has really been strenuous and strained. Her relationship with her parents have changed in the last 2 years, and that's another thing that she goes on to discover through the book, her mom's relationship and hers. The next question is, what is your main character's most important memory prior to the book? And I was thinking about this, and I didn't have like a solid answer, like a single memory, but one thing that really shaped Darcy was spending time with her dad, getting donuts at Hal's Donut Shop, which is a feature in the book, and just spending time with him and learning about everything, the world from him. Those moments are kind of like a compilation of moments that really impact Darcy. The next question talks about if your main character goes to a library, which is the section that they go to first. And for Darcy, I think she goes to whatever section she needs at the time. That's kind of how she looks at the world. Whatever she needs, she will go out her way to use that item or use that thing. So in the case of this novel, probably something along with town records or town history, or even things like simple how to do stuff. The next question is, would your character survive the Oregon Trail? If you haven't heard of the Oregon Trail is from the westward expansion of America, where the settlers traveled across the harsh realities of the wilderness part of America that's from like the Midwest onward into what is now known as Oregon. And I think she would survive. I think her dad has taught her a lot about random survival skills, and she's a tough cookie. Like, I think she would probably get injured somewhere along the way because she's a bit reckless, but at the same time she's a tough cookie, and I think she would survive. Second to last question is something that was like kind of like, I didn't understand this, but when Phoebe did it, I was like, oh, that makes a lot of sense. It is, what would your character ask for if they made a deal with a crossroads demon? And I'm thinking that's like, what is their one wish? And I think that's how Phoebe also described it, which I was like, that makes a lot more sense. Like, if there's a wish that that person has, what would that wish be? And for Darcy, it would be to have her father back. That is the person who, when he went missing, everything kind of fell apart in her life, and so she really wants her father back in her life to fix everything. And the last question is, what would your character think about on their deathbed? And I find that question pretty interesting as well, because my book does deal with death, or at least disappearance and absence, whether that's a physical absence or a mental absence. There's a lot of that issues, and with different characters all struggling with losing someone they have loved. So I think on her deathbed, she would want to have her questions answered of where's her father, and then where is Noah, because that was part of it. I guess too, like, depending on when her deathbed is, if it's, you know, at the end of the book, or if it's like 50, 60, 70 years from now when she's old and gray. Because I know she would definitely feel that way of like not wanting to have any regrets, and also making sure she has all her questions answered. Alright, so that was today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching. And if you would like to participate in this main character tag, feel free to let me know in the comments below, and then just go and do it if you would like to do it. It is really quite fun, and it made me think about my main character just a little bit more to really get to know that person, because remember, our story should always focus around that character. So I thought that was a fun way of thinking about who your character is and what they want in life without too many spoilers. And if you liked what you've seen and would like more content like this one, make sure to give this video a nice big thumbs up. And if you haven't already, click subscribe. I release new videos on all things writing and reading every Thursday. Thank you guys so much for watching. Keep writing, keep reading, and stay creative. Bye!